Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we have our first video of the new year. As of the time that I'm recording this, it is January 1st of 2020, which by the time it's posted, it'll probably be January 2nd. That's okay. Haven't uploaded in about 4 days, but today I finally have a video for you guys, and that is a video on the newest sock ninja in Save the World, known as monks. And it's quite literally just a sock monkey ninja thing, and it's also female, which I didn't know until I actually got into the game. But this is the newest hero to come to the game, and this is the hero that we will be reviewing in today's video. And honestly, I'm really not gonna lie to you guys, I did take a look at this hero first on twitch.tv, as we always do a shop reset video, which by the way, we had like 500 plus viewers. If you were one of them, you're sexy. If you weren't, you're still sexy because you're watching this video. And during that stream, and me testing the ninja for the first time, I actually had a very negative experience and did not like the ninja at all. But the reason that I didn't was because I was using it in more of a defensive way rather than an offensive way. And if you look at the gameplay in the background, you're gonna see, destroy the encampments gameplay, as that is actually offensive gameplay. And once we get into the commander perk, you actually see where I'm coming with. But I definitely had a change of heart with this hero. Really hated that at first, but now it's extremely fun to use. Before we do jump into the video, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to Emmy Plays on Twitter for using my code at gfuel.com to get her and her sister something. If any of you guys have tweeted me any photos of you using my code, which is a lot of you, I am still trying to get to everybody, so I do apologize. Hopefully before too long, I will actually have all of you featured if I can make enough videos. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. But let's go ahead and jump into the video and talk about monks. So of course, monks is the newest hero to come to the game. If you guys do want to pick her up, you can actually get her from the event shop for 2,800 gold, and she is the newest addition to the toy weapon hero set thingy. So taking a look at monks, her commander perk is called Monkeying Around Plus, and it says that Kunai Storm throws 15 banana peels that last for 8 seconds and knock down and stun enemies for 2.3 seconds, and it deals 12 base damage. Now if you guys are curious as to how this looks by itself, here's a little bit of gameplay of that. You can also see how long they are going to sit around before they end up disappearing. And at first, I actually used this ability as a defensive ability, so using it near trap tunnels or using it, towards an area where a wall launcher can push a husk off or anything like that. But I soon learned that the proper way to actually take advantage of this perk is to use it in a very offensive way. So I also have a list of different things that it can and cannot do, as well as some gameplay. So with these bananas, you can actually stun a smasher. However, you cannot stun a smasher whenever it is rushing towards you. And this is something that really made me disappointed, because Ice Queen seems to be the only hero in the game that can actually stun slash freeze an actual rushing smasher. And I had the exact same issue with Kurohimura, which really bothered me, with the fact that he couldn't stun a rushing smasher. And in my opinion, it kind of ruins the hero whenever it can't do that, as it's something that can definitely come in clutch, and Ice Queen is still the only hero that can do such a thing. On the plus side though, on the plus side of this, it can stun every single other enemy in the entire game. I'm talking about riot shields, I'm talking about husky husk, everything like that, including stuff like blasters and takers even. But surprisingly, it can actually stun mini bosses as well. So you guys will see some gameplay of me stunning a mini boss, which is a smasher, but you'll notice that the smasher isn't rushing towards me, he's instead walking into the bananas. Whenever they are walking, they'll get stunned. Whenever they're rushing, they will not. This also applies to the blaster mini bosses in the grotto, as well as every other mini boss under the sun. You can also do this against takers, and the way that you can do this is by jumping in the air and throwing the bananas down, and if it hits a husk on the way down, it'll end up stunning it instantly, which is a very useful thing right there. Aside from that, the only other interesting thing that comes alongside these bananas is that if you are using monks in the commander, you'll actually end up getting a whopping 9 extra bananas, as well as 12 damage every time they walk into it, or 12 base damage. And the damage really isn't that good. Didn't really find myself using it for the damage, but using it for the CC is very good. CC stands for crowd control, for those of you guys that do not know. Now, segueing on from that, I do want to show you guys a quick clip of me using monks with a specific support team and completely destroying everything under the sun and going absolute, well, bananas with this hero loadout. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that really quick and show you the potential of the loadout that I'm going to be showing you guys in today's video. So as you guys could see, I was able to throw eggs, I was able to throw crystal daggers, exploding kunai, able to throw bananas that would lay on the floor, deal damage, and slip up enemies that got near me, and I was able to keep this up the entire time using Overtaker Hero, which was allowing me to throw insane amounts of eggs, daggers, exploding kunai, bananas at the same time, because it's just kunai storm after kunai storm, and all of that is basically just a huge recipe for destruction. Now, the build that I use to accomplish such a feat is with monks in the commander slot, as well as the team perk being bioenergy source. This will allow us to get shield back every time we use energy, and the support team is extermination, kunai collection, crystal daggers, kunai-elation, and fuel for the fallen. Extermination allows us to throw Easter eggs, kunai collection allows us to keep using our kunai after we get so ever many kills, basically reduces the cooldown, crystal daggers from razor, kunai-elation, which allows exploding kunai from enforcer, and this comes from blade storm, as well as fuel for the fallen, which comes from the evil Jonesy guy. Love Ranger? Anti-Love Ranger? I forget what his name is, but it's something along those lines. That is the support team that I ended up using in today's gameplay, as well as I ended up using another build which used Overtaker Hero in the commander slot, and you can decide for yourself whether or not which one you want to use. The builds are the exact same, except for I just swap Overtaker and monks around. So if Overtaker is in the commander slot, then monks is in the support team, and if monks is in the commander slot, then Overtaker is in the support team. So here's a little bit of gameplay of that. Now, the plus side to actually using this build is allowing you to use more and more kunai every single time, allowing you to do more and more damage. And if you're using monks in the commander slot, the reason you would rather use her in commander is because you get more bananas every single time you end up using her, as well as you get more damage. So it really comes down to what you like and what your preference is. Overall, I would say monks is a better support team hero than commander. However, she is very fun in the commander because you could just throw so many freaking bananas all over the place, and seeing enemies trying to get towards you and you able to, have them slip up and have damage deal to them, and it's just such a huge like semicircle of banana peels. It's really, really useful whenever you are using her in the commander slot. I think that monks overall isn't necessarily much of a meta hero all that much. Like, you don't really need her, right? You don't necessarily need her for a build. However, just like the rest of the toy weapons and, the rest of the toy set, where they're not necessarily the best in the game, and we're not going to talk about tank, they're not necessarily the best in the game, but they're actually fun, and monks is just a really, really fun hero to use, but you have to use her on the offensive. At first, I had the idea of allowing the bananas to stay a permanent addition on the floor once you throw them, and then maybe have them disappear when you use the ability again, so that way you could use it in trap tunnels and use it as a way of defending certain areas better. But you really just want to use this character on the offensive. So, if you're playing a regular mission like Ride the Lightning, or you're playing, Rescue the Survivors or whatever, you want to go to where the spawns are, right? You want to find where the husks are coming from. So like if you have a survivor on top of a car, you want to go right to where the husks are spawning to run over there and just absolutely spam this ability. If you're on, Ride the Lightning, you want to go to where they're spawning and spam this in their spawn. And you might want to, replace one of the things in the support team for maybe Survivalist or something like that to stay alive. But mainly, I found monks really fun using something like the Pulsar or the Staccato Shadow, some kind of weapon that will allow you to clear big groups of enemies, as well as using her Kunai Storm over and over and over again to clear out waves and allow CC and a lot of AoE damage. I haven't really gone over it yet, but her hero abilities consist of Crescent Kick and Smoke Bomb. Honestly, for the most part, you can kind of ignore these abilities. They're not really that great, and it doesn't really bring her down all that much. Crescent Kick still needs to get a bit of a buff, and Smoke Bomb is really good if you're surrounded and you don't have your Kunai Storm to use. So those are kind of worthless abilities, but they still can come in a little bit handy. But the main appeal to monks is really go to where the enemies are spawning, whether that be at an encampment, whether it be, in Ride the Lightning, whether it be in any other mission, and just spam the ever-living hell out of these Kunai Storms. There will be bananas everywhere, there will be, eggs everywhere, there will be crystal daggers, exploding kunai, absolute destruction with this hero. As long as you are getting as many husks as possible and getting them right off the spawn, you will be doing excellent damage, and any survivors that are around you can easily pick up with whatever weapon you are using and then get right back to your Kunai Storm. So overall, I think this hero is really fun. I really wouldn't consider her a super meta hero, but by God, she is absolutely insane whenever you are using her in an encampment mission and if you are surrounded by a lot of enemies. The bananas are just super fun, and they're an interesting dynamic. I I just still kind of wish they could have been used a little bit more defensively, but allowing you to, you know, keep using them over and over and spam them because of Overtaker Hero has a pretty fun effect whenever you are doing something like encampments. And there's a lot of heroes in this game that are practically destroy the encampments heroes that are just really good for it. And this is basically just another one of those heroes. But guys, that's pretty much it for me. That's pretty much it for my review. I do apologize that I haven't made a video in a quick minute, but I promise you I will have daily uploads starting from now all the way until I don't. I basically have 4 videos that are ready to be made after this one goes up. So I do apologize for being a little stagnant here on the YouTube channel, but everything going on with the holidays and the New Year's just had me busy. But I do hope this video is worth the wait, and I hope that, you know, I kind of helped you guys decide whether or not you want to use this hero, or if you do, what kind of support team you want to use with her, and all that cool stuff. But guys, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, because I make videos like this almost every single day. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all next time.